Hey guys, this is Cascoons and welcome to Immortal Snake Nest. This is a visual novel I found on itch.io, and yeah, let's get straight to it. I still don't understand what had happened. I was at work when suddenly the snake began to move. It had taken residence in my skull some time ago. I couldn't recall when anymore. I found it difficult to talk about it to other people, despite always feeling it. Every day was a feat in constantly relearning to live with its demands. As the snake loosens its grip on my frontal lobe, I had suddenly found myself feeling lighter, eased. For the first time in a long time, my sigh of relief came in the form of a moan as my body collapsed onto the floor. Okay, I want to talk about how in the world does the snake enter your head? It's probably like a small snake then. Anyways, when I had come to, I was faced with an endless ceiling and a man in a white coat. Good afternoon. I had difficulty making out his face. You gave everyone quite a scare back there. Do you remember what happened? Yes. Well, at the very least, I can confirm your vitals are normal. Nothing serious from the impact with the ground either. Who are you? We just finished the preliminary test. You don't have anything to worry about right now. Maybe I wasn't clear enough. I'll try asking again. Who are you? Oh, he is looking at me as if he doesn't know I finished speaking. Anyhow, we have just one last thing to do, and then you're home free. Sit tight. He squeezes my bare calf affirmingly before rising from his seat and disappearing behind the curtain. This snake has been clenching intensely ever since I have woken up. Ugh. It is uncertain about its surroundings, as I am. A cautionary hiss only I can hear reverberates through my body. Like the primordial predator it is, it will not forfeit the comfort of its nest so easily. Controlled, I start from the head. Unclenching my jaw, I exhale and squeeze the tension from diaphragm. Oh my goodness. My chest deflates in succession. The gentle motion unties the forces binding my shoulders against my sides. My lower back rolls against the plastic coverings of the mattress, spreading itself out farther than the state I had awoken in. Is he becoming a snake? The buttocks, thighs, and calves and feet follow until I am splayed against the surface. Like an animal on a dissection tray, I am relaxed. The beast does not know pleasure, but is contented with my self-discipline. It retracts its fangs and curls itself back into a comfortable bundle. I can feel it watching me intensely, still. I hope you haven't fallen asleep in there. The man in the white coat emerges from behind the curtain. Another man in scrubs holding a metal dish follows behind him. Composed, I am now able to address the man in proper. Doctor, while I cannot speak for what had happened to me, I can assure you that I feel fine now. Yep. The doctor smiles reassuringly. The nurse rings his fingers along the bottom of the dish. Furthermore, as you can see, my physical and mental facilities have remained intact. If anything, I feel rather refreshed. Yeah, I think you might be speaking parcel tongue with that snake in your brain. The doctor expression remains the same. He turns his head to look at his partner. It's shock most likely. When individuals emerge from traumatic experiences, rationalization of the event may be expressed in a form of rambling. I'm sure you've acquainted yourself with this in your studies. The nurse nods. What do you suggest? Well, eccentric behavior isn't necessarily violent behavior, the doctor explains. Nonetheless, protocol should take precedent. Not taking the proper precautions can become a liability. So you're saying we should muzzle her? The doctor chuckles. It's like I'm not even here. Maybe if I raise my voice, maybe they could hear. I said that I'm fine. I am an adult and I could leave if I want to. I push myself up with my palms. The doctor's lips move into a line. The nurse furrows his brow. With an unwavering gentleness, the doctor speaks once more. You're tense and you're not feeling like yourself. You need to relax. Help us help you. I can feel the nurse glaring at me. Despite being unable to see his face, I know that I have accepted him in particular. He is intensely gripping the metallic dish. The serpent slithers around my brain, deliberately turning itself into a rough knot. It watches the nurse watch me. It's painful. I lean back on the bed, a queasing as a peace offering to both, and then turn back to the doctor. There's something wrong with me? Yes, there's a snake in your brain. That's something very, very wrong. A diagnostic was conducted while you were unconscious. The doctor raises his brows sympathetically. Some of your coworkers told us that you have troubles integrating with them. You're friendly and hardworking, but maintain certain boundaries. I remain firm. I'm very personable with them. Of course. A little on the quiet side though, right? Prefer to keep work at work? He seems to be listening now. I nod cautiously. There isn't anything wrong with that. His deposition remains admirable. Would you say that your episode today was maybe due to some of these difficulties? The snake is calm right now. I feel like I can answer honestly. Perhaps a little. Well, in that case, I think we might just have something that may help. He's pleased. We'll expedite your treatment. Your cooperation has been appreciated. My eyes flick to the sponge the doctor is holding. The nurse is still glaring at me. The doctor grips my calf with the same reassuredness as before, setting the sponge between my legs on the mattress. And, in a perfunctory motion, "Hey yo!" extracts a serpent from the metallic dish. The snake in my skull feels my fear set in immediately. It unfurls and presses itself against my temporal lobe as I flexively snap my legs away from the doctor. I open my mouth to scream, but all that leaks out is a confused whine. The snake inhibits me from its responding. I punch the thin, hospital-grade cotton blanket against my bed in an attempt to erect the barrier between myself and it. I'm always so mindful of my snake, so why? Without the doctor's request, the nurse strides towards me and attempts to hold me in place, his form partially obscured by vision. In tandem, the snake hisses and presses itself against every strip of interior flesh it can find. It gyrates to create a painful friction before baring its fangs and hovering over my cortex. My pitiful blanket barrier has been carelessly crushed by the nurse's body weight. Unable to take more abuse, I finally freeze. The doctor moves towards me with the snake in hand and slides the sponge closer to me. I have to only appeal. I don't want to see that. I don't want it. I cough and recompose under the pressure. Doctor, please, I can assure you that I am just fine. The weight of the nurse does not wane. Perhaps a bit hungry from having slept for so long. The doctor washes a small patch of skin on my leg. The snake perks up, smelling the moist flesh. Eee! Unlike the one in my brain, this one is blind. It olfactory senses do not appear inhibited. However, it does levitates towards the scent. The doctor guides it closer, allowing it to become acquainted like a newborn baby towards a family pet. I feel a thin tongue whip across a patch of my leg. Doctor, I have a very important arrangement this afternoon. I have no time for an operation. Could we consider rescheduling? This is very, does it sound like a person in stress? With two snakes, one outside and inside their body. Mature. Reasonable. I'm sweating globs. There's no one to cry for help to me. That's why they gave me the first snake. Doctor, while I have a sturdy constitution, I may just make matters more difficult for you by being so unprepared. Doctor, I'm an upstanding member of society. If I need another snake, snake, then I can independently decide the appropriate avenues, and if you give me at least 48 hours, I will be able to compile references who will attest to my character. And her hair is so stringy, the nurse says idly. The doctor's maw stretches open, letting out an affectionate laugh, and the snake bites down. Where is it going? Layers of teeth penetrate the first epidermal layer, and using the suction from its throat, the serpent stretches its snared skin apart to travel to the second layer of flesh. The bone snaps upon impact with its tough head. You're doing great so far. The doctor's voice sounds so far away. Sinew, it's restructured as quickly as it is destroyed. The tarnished flesh is used as nutrition, and the creature secretes a thick fluid that ossifies in its place. Despite being a reptile, the destruction is mechanical, similar to an ant at work. The initial prick is painful, but the installation itself is similar to an uncomfortable cramp. Feeling as it wiggle makes me want to throw up more than anything else. I'm unmoving, but the nurse and the serpent in my brain grip me harder than before. It's a natural process made natural from the inside and out. The snake shakes to loosen the entrance as the rest of its body is propelled inside. The assimilation is complete. Look at that. The nurse peels himself off me like a thick strip of gauze, and I can see what it has become of my leg. Oh my, swollen, fetid. The wound is still fresh. The snake periodically tosses and turns, attempting to accustom itself to its new home. The doctor tilts his head to look at my face. It'll feel itchy for about 72 hours. Once it's comfortable in there though, you'll find yourself with a whole new lease on life. The edges of my mouth lift into a weary smile. We'll put it in a cast to keep it isolated until the incubation period is finished. Speak to the front of the desk to book a follow-up appointment after you get dressed. After a week, I go back to work. The boss has a box of donuts on the lunchroom to celebrate my rehabilitation. Oh, that's nice. My coworkers ask how I'm feeling. I tell them a little bit better and apologize for any inconvenience. Everyone signs my cast. All. Alright, and that's it. That is the Immortal Snake Nest. A very weird visual novel. Short, but sweet. Well, not sweet. You have two snakes in your body now. I think there were some typos there, but that doesn't really take away. It's very interesting. If you want to grab this game, it's on itch.io. It's made by one neighborhoodtoasty. The link will be down in the description. That's it for the video. See you in the next one. Bye.